see here. Good morning, everybody. Jack Gleason with StartupTrading.com. It is 10:15 roughly here in the morning, a little past the open. Wanted to kind of wait and see how we opened up. Big old gap downs on Mondays. I don't often like to trade the open, but we'll review what's been going on. So shorts complete overnight. There is an extremely aggressive extension here in the NQ that we saw trade multiple times last week, including the highs of the afternoon on Friday. And this was really, in my opinion, the best trade all day because it was part of the series and had an incredible reaction. But if you start last week on Monday, that's really when our sell-off began. We had an extension anchor from the lows of that day that actually traded on Tuesday. We completed targets the same day. We traded it again on Wednesday. We also completed targets the same day. We traded it again on Wednesday, so overnight on Wednesday and then into the close. We completed those targets into Friday on the back of a couple of different news reports. And we've basically gone all the way down to the negative 100, and that is where this premium zone I have has come from. So because we've completed the negative 100 there, and then also you actually had it trade here towards the end of the day on Friday. So we've had it trade multiple times, but because you've completed the negative 100 of this draw from Wednesday, what I want to do is use Wednesday's low to low for today's resistance. And if we break above this Wednesday low to low for today's resistance, I'm expecting us to rotate back down into the anchor from Monday's low. Now, if we continue below the extension from Wednesday's low to low, then I think we can continue to work our way down into the negative 23% profit target from the entries that we had Friday afternoon. And those entries Friday afternoon, I'll go kind of to it on a smaller time frame. That extension traded coming out of lunch, kind of very similar to something we had earlier in the week, where that same extension coming out of lunch traded. We had a lunchtime squeeze, and the best setup of the day is at 2 o'clock, and then we fall from there. So today what I'm going to be paying attention to, I'm going to move this premium level down from where it was on Friday to really that 50% retracement. Ideally, that is my best trade location here for a short, and then really anything on lows at that old negative 100, as well as it's a profit target as well of a different setup. Let me see here. Let me just go back. It is the profit target of the setup from Friday. So, if we get down towards those lows, I would not short anything really below the overnight low. I would even, I'm looking for a rally to short into, and that's why there's not a whole lot for me to do right here. I'm looking for that counter trend trade up into this extension here, which is 20,930s. And then for the S&P 500 here, guys, a little different setup. So the extensions we had were coming out of Tuesday initially. This full traditional traded, and then that extension began from an intraday sequence on Tuesday, which was a little different than the NQ. We traded it once to target, we traded it twice here, and then completed targets. And that is when we also had the same anchor as we have in the NASDAQ from that Monday low to low. We had that engaging here. So that traded here on Wednesday. We made a new low, and if you adjusted to that new low, you can see those levels were sold into again. And then we ran all the way up into that 38% retracement, just like the NASDAQ did. We ran right into it, just like the NQ. I'm gonna move these levels around. And we sold off aggressively from that situation. So we sold off from there. We've gone down really all the way. That negative 23 is going to be right here. That's going to be my discount level for the day, where I'd like to take longs. I mean, we had basically seen a front run of that overnight. Maybe we'll see it again. But this 5807, 5808 level, that is that old target. Now, we came within 1 point of trading it, so I mean, you could consider it potentially completed overnight. There is the possibility that, you know, at some point this week, for sure, we will rally up into that anchor again. I don't know if it's happening here today. You know, that'd be quite the move if it did. Anything's possible, maybe after lunch. But that would, if we were to rally all the way back up into that 38% trace, it'd be 58.83. So what would be interesting to see is if we actually stick this counter trend long off the open, or if we make our way back down to 58s, 5808s, then we will have a chance to we'll have a chance to maybe look for a potential long setup out of there. But right now, we're just kind of in no man's land here. And that's really all I got here for this morning's trade plan. So I'll share these levels with you guys in the room. And then I'm kind of just going to be waiting for some better positioning right now, or some new information.